And meanwhile, you've got the other admitted agenda, so-called energy solutions. We know they're in there meeting about carbon tax. That's been admitted and exposed. Cybersecurity, of course, austerity, and the political scene in the U.S. and Europe. But one more thing I exposed last week on the InfoWars Nightly News, how Cory Booker, who is an Obama surrogate, says, no, we aren't going to attack finance capital. We're not attacking Bain. We're not attacking KKR or the other entities, Blackstone, you name it. He says, no, I'm friends with Kravis. They own the pensions here in New Jersey, and they own $6 billion of pensions in the Texas teachers retirement system. Guess who's meeting at Bilderberg this year? The head of the Texas retirement system of Texas, Britt Harris.
But Bilderberg's saving us.
You've heard of Alex for years and years and years. I never looked this up. I wish I had, about how they're stealing the pensions. Guess what happened 2 weeks ago on their $3 billion in holding, $6 billion total with their other entity, KKR, Henry Kravis, the big leveraged buyout looter, scammer, stealer. Texas Teachers Pension Fund invests in casinos, loses $99 billion. That's $1 billion.
They didn't lose it, just like all the idiots that bought Facebook. It went to the mafia. They're called Bilderberg. Ha, ha, ha.
That's right. They shorted that stock. They knew when to buy, and they cashed in, and they closed out a full sixth of the total value of the Texas teachers' pension, a full third of KKR's holding. That is wrong.
And then they'll have the teachers beg for more government to get the pension. They'll just steal that. They'll have cops write more tickets saying you'll go bankrupt. They'll just steal that. See how the plan works? As they suck it out, they demand more government, and it's all sucked out. That's how the scam works. Ha ha.
And
then as there's more government, it bankrupts the economy, Aaron, and then they get to buy it up cheap.
Yeah, and we know the education system is terrible, but the teachers themselves are good, hardworking people. They're expecting retirement. They get paid peanuts as teachers.
It's been designed to dumb them down. They're not teachers. Teach what the feds want.
It's coming, though. Alex warned they were still in the pensions, and here's the evidence meeting this year. But that is nothing compared to World War III. I just laid it out for you. Go look it up for yourself. Alex will be back on the other side of this break.
Even though everybody's going to lose their pensions, it'll be okay because we're in World War III.
So much else happened this year. It's a great cultural awakening event outside of the global cabal. Back in the old days, Tucker and the other reporters, they had their moles in there, but they basically stood alone. I watched when Alex went in 2006 to Ottawa, began to protest. That swelled the numbers over the years from dozens to hundreds. Now, clearly, more than 1,000 protesters, several thousand over the several days. That awakening is happening. I've watched people first come to these events, later become their own media, later become their own activists, watch them grow, spread the word, double, triple our audience. That's all on the positive side of this year at Bilderberg. And, of course, a lot of interesting photos, too. Kevin Warsh of the Federal Reserve Board was filmed. He looks like Scarface. And a lot of big Russian deals, too. BP, Goldman Sachs, of course, meet every year. Peter Sutherland, former head of both of those companies, meeting with Russia on selling off the big venture between BP and TNK. Meanwhile, you remember just a few weeks ago, Nathan Rothschild of the famous family lost his libel suit. It's official. He is a puppet master. He met with the oligarchs and the important people.
They're merging the Rothschilds and Rockefellers. The Rothschilds have always been fronts.
That's right. So the cabal is concentrating its power. It's going for broke as it knows the end time is here in terms of the economy collapsing, in terms of the war mounting. Can you feel the pressure? Syria is next. We've known that, but here it comes. Iran is after that. Russia and China in the stakes. Alex back after this, but I can't stress how important it is. I don't know if I've ever been this fired up on the air.
History's happening. You better tune out of football. We'll be back. Great job, Aaron. And I swear on the altar of God that I will defend the innocents. My wife sent me a photo of my youngest daughter, 4 years old, with a big basket of peaches from some peach trees in our backyard. And she is the image of innocence and goodness, and is so good, is so beautiful, is so innocent. It drives me into a rage. The globalists have all the Rockefeller documents. And I was telling the police at the event, look it up. They were looking them up on iPads and freaking out. Rockefeller Foundation, their website saying they put poison in food and water. You know, how they're dumbing us down, how they're poisoning us, the cancer rates. It's so crazy, but it's real. Hitler lined you up and shot you. These guys just do it covert. And we're doing it for our children. We're doing it for the innocents. Who cares what your neighbors think? Who cares about your own safety? Who cares even about your own children's safety? It's everybody's children. We either beat this or there's no future. In fact, I even wrote that note before Aaron went into his angry rant. This is the death of America, the death of freedom. This is a total globalist takeover. For heaven's sakes, the media tells us the UN now runs our military. I mean, we've been conquered. This is a joke. This is a joke. I'm going to give each caller about 45 seconds. I want to get to everybody. Gary in New Orleans, you're on the air. Welcome.
Hi, Alex. I'm a little harsh myself. I was at the Louisiana Republican Convention, and I'd like to report on the total chaos that went on there. I'm an elected national delegate.
Yes, they tried to block the Ron Paul delegates. Ron Paul won Louisiana, didn't he?
We and my ragtag group of friends took over the Republican Party in Louisiana, and we are in control, and they can sit down and shut up. But I'd like to tell you what happened at the National Convention. I was elected to the Rules Committee, and me and my friends worked on the rules to bring to the convention yesterday. And 1 day before, we got an email where the LA GOP came up with new rules, essentially saying that our rules will be good in 2016. All right, so
sure, there's all sorts of fraud. I know I appreciate your call. There's all sorts of chicanery going on. He won Iowa, he won Maine. They're not going to let Ron Paul get in there, but he won by running. He got real issues injected. Great job, buddy. Okay, Scott in Colorado, you're on the air. Welcome, sir. Go ahead, Scott. Yes.
How you doing, Alex?
Worldwide broadcast. We only got 45 seconds per caller. You got a point?
I want to ask you a question. Do you know who Peter Thiel is?
Yeah, that's the creator. You just asked me a question. He's the creator of PayPal, and he gave $2 million to Ron Paul.
Yes, he's the biggest Ron Paul supporter, and he's on the Bilderberg steering committee.
Yeah, the Bilderbergs want to take over the libertarian movement because they know it's taken America back. They understand that. Ron Paul has no control over who gives him money, and Ron Paul's always voted the way he votes. So the system makes that a way to discredit him because some guy with tens of billions of dollars gave him a couple $1 million. Yes. Don't worry, though. You're not going to get Ron Paul. You're going to get Mitt Romney. Or you're going to get Obama. But now the foundations are putting out the cognitive dissonance people to demonize Ron Paul because of the movement for liberty and anti-globalism. So go ahead. Blow Ron Paul away. Let's give them what they want. Go ahead. Fall right into the trap.
It's a nightmare here in America when we're looking at the perspective of two sides of the same coin with Mitt Romney and Barack Hussein Obama. These two men don't have a dime's worth of difference between them. And we look at
exactly, but you're busy. Hold on, put him on hold. Exactly. I already know what you're going to say. But you're busy talking about Ron Paul. Don't worry. They beat him. And they gave him $2 million and said he worked for the Bilderberg Group. Okay, he couldn't control who gave him money. That's them trying to take over the libertarian movement. Okay, exactly. So what do we do? What do we do?
See, what we do is we keep doing what we're doing. We're winning the info war right now, and I want to thank you, Alex, for doing what you're doing. People want to make it out to make it seem like you're out there making money. I laugh at Tucker Carlson's best efforts coming after Alex Jones.
Well, of course, God bless you, sir, but I got to jump to the next person. Of course I'm making money. I got 35 employees. I wish I didn't have to spend my time making money. And the sales guys come in and go, you didn't plug any of the sponsors this week. We have to give that money back. The truth is I'm not worried about the money. The little bit I got, I'm totally happy. I'm not like a globalist wants to run whole continents of the planet. So, yeah, buy our products, go to Infowars.com, click on our sponsors. But, of course, that red herring of, money, they're mad I'm successful. They're mad about it. They want to run the whole deal. Vote with your dollars, folks. Okay, let's move quick here. Who's up next? Charles? Charles in California, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Alex, how's it going, everybody? I just have two simple questions for you. Well, not really, actually. First one, when will the mainstream media cover these issues of Agenda 21, Bilderberg, or will somebody like Barry Soetoro or General Sebelvine do this?
Well, yeah. No, I mean, the New York Times said, there's a big movement against Agenda 21. Here's how you counter it. Yeah, the UN wrote a treaty, and yeah, they run our local governments. But, what's the big deal? What's the big problem? So they don't deny the world government. They just go, there's weirdos that don't like it. They're conspiracy theorists because they don't like it. It's not, wow, these folks were right. World government's being announced by private foreign corporations. We're being taken over by a new enemy, a new system we couldn't recognize, not an armed enemy, but a foreign corporate enemy that then takes over and then arms against us with this huge arms buildup against humanity. They just can't imagine that this is happening, but people are waking up.
My second question, Alex, do you guys need an intern at your offices in Austin?
We do, but I usually just hire people and just pay them and hope that they'll be happy and do the job. We got a great crew, but people can send us resumes and things. We're trying to hire 3 or 4 more reporters, more video editors. We're trying to spend all that evil money we're making to actually build the organization. Because, see, I care about ideas and information. That's why they're scared of me. They know we're getting more money. We're getting bigger by the minute. We're hiring more people. They're pissed. And they're like, have the libertarians, have the Democrats, have the Republicans. Don't give Alex money. He's bad. He wants your money. Money. But the government takes your money at gunpoint. The big corporations have government right regulations to shut you down. I'm just here winning the info war. That's why they want to shut the web down as well, because they know the sleeping giant that is humanity is awakening. Well, thank you for the call. Christopher in Missouri, and then Wiley and John. Christopher, you're on the air.
Thanks, Alex. I love you, man. Good, got you and Aaron Dykes and Jacobson and all you guys. Just give me 20 seconds and I'll be off. Your spoofs about like Cobra Commander was awesome. I think you should do one about like Officer Jack Boot and Good Old Boy, and maybe your British royalty one. You should do some spoofs like that. I've been listening to you since 2005. I've been a Prisonplanet TV subscriber. Jordan Maxwell, Tex Mars. Your best interviews, everybody look them up. You should have those guys on more often. Jordan Maxwell hasn't been on in 2008.
I agree. We've been trying to set up Jordan Maxwell, and I want to get Tex back on. We'll make sure that happens.
And last point, Alex, man, I love you, man. Occult aspects of the New World Order. You don't talk about Bohemian Grove enough, and you don't talk about the occult aspects like the Western occult symbolism interview you did with that Russian station. Everybody should look that up. Western occult symbolism, Alex Jones on YouTube. I love you, Alex. Thanks a lot, man, for all the work you do.
Love you too, brother. I love everybody that wants freedom. We're in it together. In it to win it. Hang separate if we don't hang together. Yeah, we cover the occult. I've made films about it. The elite are a bunch of lunatics. Let's go ahead and talk to Wiley in Nevada. You're on the air.
Alex, I want to congratulate you on Bilderberg. You've made a lot of people aware of what's going on. I just have an idea I'd like to throw out at you for July 4th. I'd like to call it 200 million man rally, reclaim our Independence Day, where everybody gets together in their own towns and own cities and discuss what we can do against this crisis that we're facing in our government today.
Well, our government's been taken over. We have to recognize it's been hijacked. We're told the UN runs our military. That's high treason. This is on C-SPAN. I mean, this is public, folks. We're not in the U.S. anymore. We've got to admit it to ever have a chance of getting it back. But I hear you. And, yeah, there's 312 million Americans. 49% of them are men. 51% are women. Genetically, we have more women in all mammal species than males. And, yeah, if men would just stop the fake facsimile of male power as sports, knowing all the factoids there, male minds are meant to know the factoids of their enemies, their friends, the lay of the land politically. But men are all walking around not using their computer space in business and life and their families to be the leader, to help their family, to deal with threats. They think the battle is all sports, and it's a template matrix fantasy that they're living in. So sports is the big enemy. And we are going to go to one more call here. God bless you, Wiley. Oh, we're out of time. John in Texas, 10 seconds. John in Texas. Hit us.
Hey, Alex, thanks for taking my call. Hey, I'm just calling about the Jeff Barron case and John Margettis. They put a human being into receivership. You can get all the information.
Yeah, they're bringing back debtor prisons. We're out of time. I'll see you back live on the radio tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central, Infowars.com. We'll see you then. Great job, crew. Bilderberg 2012, big